here, g'day champions, how's it going? And welcome back to another Division 2 build video. Firstly, I really do need to apologise, I've been pretty lazy with the build videos lately. A busy life and shift work schedule has made it hard to find time to do editing. I've also been trying to do a little bit more live streaming now that I'm getting back to a semi-normal routine. Now, the other day I was challenged by Lockie to make a PvP based armour on kill build without using Hunter's Fury. And you know me, I don't back down from a wacky build challenge. I've also been asked a few times recently why I don't use the Eagle Bearer on more builds. The short answer is my spud aim heavily impairs my ability to land headshots, so I tend to avoid using it. So I thought, fuck it, why not, let's mix the two requests together live on stream and see how we go. Honestly, I was pretty shocked on how well this build performs. I'm not saying that this is the best ever build, any OP god mode, one build rules them all kind of stuff. It definitely does have its downsides, but I still managed to outplay and rip through meta builds. Shotgun bum rushes and Ouroboros mains sent back to the checkpoint. Stat wise, we're just under 1.6 million in armour, 56% crit hit chance, 144% crit hit damage, and we can get 4% armour regen, which is about 65k. I managed to squeeze in 30% armour on kill, which is just under 500k. However, swapping our specialisation to Gunner would give us 40% armour on kill total, which is more along the lines of 620k armour on kill. I mean, it's pretty solid all round if you play it correctly, and I've even used it in PVE and during the global event Reanimated. So this build is certified legit in both PVE and PVP. This is one of those builds that I'm going to continue to use and adjust, but I really did want to put out a build video because I think this is one of those builds that's really unique. No one else seems to have really considered or covered this sort of stuff. Anyone can slap on an Ouroboros and get kills in this game, we all know that. And it seems that the majority of these so-called PvP sweats have lost their edge a little bit, and they continue to crutch meta builds. I'm just your average Joe player, and I think that this build in the hands of someone that's actually great at PvP would be insane to watch. We are going to cut to a little bit of gameplay so you can get a taste for what this build has to offer. Then we'll come back and we'll check out the build in detail. Remember, I will still use this build during live streams on Twitch, so jump on over there and drop a follow if you can, the link's in the description. I do want to give a quick shout out to Carbs and Spillo, the lads from the clan, for helping me test out this build. And look, if you are featured in this video and you die, GG's, it's all a game. Anyway, enjoy the gameplay and we will be back with the build shortly.
Special teams, special players.
Turn it up. Oh, okay. Crucible. Get ripped the ball.
Does a tree fall in the woods if it's TikTok? Yes. Let's go.
gotta tell 'em, yeah, we top 5 with it. Yeah, we going up, ain't no stopping it. Cry good, ride with it. Yeah, we going up, ain't no stopping it. All I got is tunnel vision. All I got is tunnel vision. All I got is.
Oh, good timing.
I gotta get out of here. I got a softball game after this.
Hostiles near hive detected.
Rip.
Get down, bitch.
Agent down.
Cheeks, slap them. Yes, mummy.
Oh, I've got no fucking ammo. Oh my
An agent
god,
needs
soz, boys,
assistance.
soz. Damn, son.
Damn!
Hostile hive detected.
That would have looked pretty cool. That would have looked pretty cool.
A few moments later.
Oh yeah, this dude's cooked, man.
What?
Disconnecting in 28 seconds. This is why we can't have nice things.
I am dead inside.
Jeez, how good was that? Now, before we get stuck in and check out the build, welcome back to all you amazing subscribers. If you are new to the channel and you enjoy the content, make sure that you smash that subscribe button. If everyone can take a second to engage with this video, a like, a share, a comment, it's all going to help with the magic and the wizardry of the YouTube algorithm. We've been smashing our like goals lately, and getting another 200 likes on this video would be absolutely amazing. If you do want to support myself and the channel a little bit further, we now have channel memberships. Click the join button to see all the perks. And if you want to catch me live in action, jump on over and drop a follow on Twitch. All the links for all my other socials are in the description below. Righto, all that shit's out of the way, let's get stuck into the build. We're rocking 3 reds, 4 blues, 1 skill tier, and we sit just under 1.6 million in armour. We're going to be using 1 piece of Palisade, 2 pieces of Usina, 2 pieces of Bellstone, and the Memento backpack. There's going to be a ton of different variations that you can use for these types of builds, but this is what I've got. The main 2 pieces that might be a little bit difficult to get on this build is obviously going to be our primary weapon, the Eagle Bearer. It is a Dark Hours raid exclusive, but it does now drop rarely in the Dark Zone. And also the Memento backpack, another exotic, but it is in the general loot pool that you can obtain anywhere. For our specialization in PvP, I've opted for Firewall, mainly for that armor kit. Personally, I think it's too strong not to have. However, you can also opt for the Gunner specialization to get a further 10% armor on kill. And the Gunner specialization armor kit also repairs our full armor and gives us 30% bonus armor for 10 seconds, which again is very situational, but could also come in handy. For our primary weapon, I'm going to be using the Eagle Bearer. I have expertise this a little bit, but it could still be expertise further. We've also gone with damage to targets out of cover on this. It is the best in slot. Now the talent on this does have 2 parts, but it doesn't really provide any further damage to the build. Eagle Strike increases our accuracy as we continue to fire, and also headshot kills will proc the talent Tenacity. Depending how many headshots or body shots we land will determine how strong Tenacity is. Tenacity is basically damage reduction or damage mitigation. Once we do get that first headshot kill, we have 15 seconds to get a further 2 kills to stop all damage. In PvP, this can be very tricky, but it is still doable. If for whatever reason you don't get that 3rd kill, all the damage that you've taken and mitigated during that 15 seconds is all dumped on you and will completely kill you. I'm not gonna lie, it's a difficult weapon to use and I do struggle. Another good option could be the St. Elmo's, or you could just run any high-end AR. For the secondary, I've gone with the custom M870. This one has been expertise and it's got the talent Optimist. It just hits really hard. And for the pistol, I'm rocking a TDI card with the talent Sledgehammer, but you could also go with something like the Orbit for extra crit. For the gear on the build, first up is our mask, and we've gone with one piece of Palisade for 10% armor on kill. We've got max weapon damage, crit hit chance, crit hit damage, and a crit hit chance mod. For our chest, we have our first of two pieces of Uzina. Uzina is going to give us 5% total armor and 10% armor on kill. We've got max armor, crit hit chance, crit hit damage, and a crit hit damage mod with the talent Obliterate. Critical hits increase our total weapon damage by 1% for 10 seconds, and this can stack 25 times. We can all do the math on this one pretty easy. That's 25% extra weapon damage. For our holster, we've got our first piece of Bellstone. We get 1% armor regen and 10% armor on kill. We've got max weapon damage, crit hit damage, and crit hit chance. The knee pads are our second piece of Uzina. We've got max armor, crit hit chance, and crit hit damage. The gloves are going to be our second piece of Bellstone. Again, we've got max armor, crit hit damage, and crit hit chance. And the last item on the build is the exotic backpack, the Memento. Personally, I feel like this is one of the best exotics in the game. We get a core attribute of weapon damage, armor, a skill tier, and we've gone with a crit hit damage mod. The talent here is called Kill Confirmed. Enemies you kill will drop trophies on death. Collecting the trophies provide both short-term and long-term buffs. The short-term buffs do scale with our core attributes, so each trophy that we pick up will give us 15% bonus weapon damage, 40% bonus armor, and 5% skill efficiency for 10 seconds. Also, when we collect 30 trophies, we're going to be at max stacks for it, so we'll have 30% weapon damage, 30% skill efficiency, and 3% armor regen. One of the big downsides to this item is that you do need to farm those trophies, whether it's off players or NPCs. Definitely fighting in and around landmarks or NPC spawn points is going to give you a little bit of an advantage. The other big downside to this item is if you die, you decide to go into a safe zone or fast travel to a different dark zone, you'll lose all your stacks. This can be a little bit frustrating at times for yourself and your team, especially if you just want to get in and fight. It doesn't mean that this item's bad, it's just something to be aware of, and also let your teammates know that you're going to go kill a couple of NPCs before you flag up and start killing players. Righto, so that's the build. Now when it comes to the skills, it's always going to be player preference. Personally, I've been using the Defender drone. I think it's absolutely fantastic for damage mitigation in PvP. Also, setting players on fire with the fire sticky is pretty cool because it stops them from being able to ADS. However, the keen eye might have noticed that I did do something really cheesy. That's right, I did use the shrapnel traps. For some bullshit crazy reason, when the shrapnel trap explodes, it does proc armor on kill. It only clicked in my head to use traps when I saw another player with an armor on kill build with Hunter's Fury and they were running shock traps. Not gonna lie, that whole situation was super cheesy, but normally I'm using the fire sticky. Righto champions, now that brings us to our fine print. It is time for the stats. So we have 56% crit hit chance and 144% crit hit damage. We also have a base of 74% all weapon damage and 30% AR damage. Keep in mind that these numbers do increase with the Memento trophies. So that's going to take us up to 104% all weapon damage and 30% AR damage. And again, on top of that, if you did want to expertise your gun a little bit further, you can, and that's going to increase the damage here. There you are. For our armor, we are just under 1.6 million, and we have 467,000 armor on kill. Again, if you wanted to use gunner specialization, that would increase it to 620k. We've got 15,500 armor regen base, and then when we get our Memento trophies on top of that, that can give us a further 3%. 4% regen at max trophies will give us just under 65k regen. So that's the build champions, the challenge was set and I rose to the occasion. An armor on kill build for PvP that actually works in the hands of your basic average Joe against current meta builds? Who would have thought? We got damage, we got survivability, and we got a build that's a lot of bloody fun. So what do you reckon? Are you going to be a champion and have a crack at this build? What modifications would you make? Let me know down below. Thanks for tuning in, champions, and make sure that you show your support by smashing the like button on this video, and if you're not already, please subscribe. Everyone's support is always greatly appreciated. Remember to stay frosty, keep looting, shooting, and give 'em hell. And I hope to catch you all in the next one. I'm Plum out.